Franklin TV Sports presents exciting Franklin High School girls lacrosse. Today, kind of a blustery late spring day, the Franklin High Panthers, with a record of 15-2, take on the King Philip Warriors, who come over to town with a record of 16-2. Hi, neighbors, and welcome to our telecast. I'm Pete Royce. Working alongside our producer and our camera operator tonight, our technologist, is Meredith Robertson. This should be a dandy. Franklin with its old Hockomock foe, the King Philip Warriors, meeting here for the last home game of the season for Franklin, as they'll get ready for one road game and then playoff time here in spring of 2025. It should be a great matchup. Franklin undefeated in the Hawk at 11-0. KP 10-1, and the one loss to Foxborough, and that was a close game. For Foxborough, they defeated King Philip back in April 9-8. Franklin also played Foxborough, and Franklin won that game 12-8. So you can see from the comparative scores how evenly matched these teams may be. Now, Franklin, I don't believe, has lost a Hockomock game in maybe 5 or 6 years. In fact, I believe, this is unofficial, Franklin has taken every Hockomock League title since 2013. I talked to Coach Matt Custodio of KP about that. He said, we are sure aware that there's a chance to make a great memory today, if we can upset the Franklin High team. And of that team, he has a lot of respect for them. He said they're well coached, they're well disciplined, and about Franklin, he says they're everything you would want in a lacrosse team. But this is our chance here to do something special today and leave a memory for these kids, especially his 6 seniors who are very dedicated and whom he calls his leaders on and off the field. They do everything right. He says all we have to do is point them in the right direction, and they run with it. For Franklin coach Kristen Igo-Garino, she's expecting a tough game here today, and she's well aware that teams are aiming for her as they have a chance to advance and also make a mark for themselves. The officials for today's game are Jane Vijo and Brian Ferris. It's Jane Vijo has the ball teed up in the respective sticks of the two opposing face-off people, and we're going to be underway in just a moment. Jane Vigent, the referee. Ball settles down, and there's the whistle. So Sophia Sacchetti wins the face-off, and here come the Panthers. The first break right away, it's knocked down, and no foul on the play. The steal by KP, and they're going to take it upfield. What Coach Kristen Igo-Garino said about them, they have good speed. They have some scorers as well as a good goalkeeper. We'll talk about the goalkeeper in just a little while. KP in the green and gold, and Franklin in the home white, trimmed in navy blue numerals and other blue trim. The goalie for Franklin, of course, is Maisie Streetsman. What a year she's had. It's Caitlin Parrish for KP. She's one of their 6 seniors. Here's KP on the advance, looking to get on the board early. They have some scorers. They work it around nicely. And a whistle stops play here, and a foul called against the Panthers. This will set up a free positional start for KP outside the 12-foot arc. So a fresh start here, a clean look. And they'll not attack the zone, but they'll just rim it out. KP with a long possession here. They're first, and it's a dandy. Cool day, wind blowing strong, mostly cloudy, about 58 degrees. KP, very deliberate. Coached by Matt Custodio. He is a teacher in Natick. He's also a graduate of Natick. KP coming through, gets the shot off. It's wide, and KP gets the ball in the back line. They'll retain this long possession. KP charging. There's the shot and the goal. KP scores it. A goal by KP, and they take the lead. The goal was delivered by one of their outstanding seniors, one of their two captains, Mackenzie McDevitt. McDevitt scores it, 1-0 KP at 10:04. A long possession And Mackenzie McDevitt puts the Warriors on the board, 1-0. Well, Coach said, Igo Garino, they have scorers. You saw one right there. Beautiful play. Good possession and the goal. Franklin now will have to play from behind in this. Whistle stops play. Panthers will advance. This is Clara Blogensteiner. Consigli. Panthers take it behind the goal. Back out to Consigli in the very windy conditions here. Consigli around. Tries to get a shot off. Now she does. Passes it to Izzy Cross. Cross for Erin Peterson. We'll start again for the Panthers on offense. Their first structured plays of the game. Peterson. She'll skip past it to Blogensteiner. Clara gets a screen. Charges. Can't get the backhander off in a foul call. This is going to be a free positional hit. Start here for Clara Blogensteiner at the 12-foot arc. See if she charges or passes. It's Caitlin Parrish, the senior, in goal for KP. This is Blogensteiner. She will not attack. She'll take it back out. Clara now makes her move, and now another violation. And let's see where they're going to start here. This one is going to be from the 8-meter mark. This is a chance for Clara to score. Blogensteiner, she shoots, his kick saved out of there by Parrish. Might have hit the post as well. Players go down. Franklin has the ball on a trip. A trip called there, I believe, on Sammy Cloutier, and Franklin will have it. A good block there by Parrish to keep the game 1-0 KP. This is Vera Hansen. Hansen will cross over to the left wing. Early on here in the first period. Hansen, she's going to shoot and she's going to score. Vera Hansen ties the game on a beautiful goal from the left side. It's 1-1. Vera Hansen. She scores it at 8:06, exactly 2 minutes after the McDevitt goal. We're tied at 1. First tie of the game. Hansen with the goal. And we'll tee it up again. This time Brian Ferris, the official, will start play. In for KP, on the draw will be Mackenzie McDevitt. And for Franklin, Sophia Sacchetti. 1-1 is your score early on here in the first period. 4 12-minute periods from Piscini Stadium, the last home game of the year, the regular season last home game. There could be a playoff game here, or 2 or 3. Sacchetti on the dead run scoops it up. Sophia, she's warded off, and she will back it out, and she'll drop it on the left side for Julia Flynn. This is Hansen, who just got the goal, and she'll leave it for Blogensteiner. The freshman over to Sacchetti. To the back line it comes for Izzy Cross. Cross faking, gets some room, she shoots, and did it go through? I believe it did. Izzy Cross. I believe she scored it. Izzy Cross. The clock is still running for some reason. Score's not been posted. That should be a goal for Izzy Cross. 2-1 Franklin. That goal comes at 7:23. Less than a minute after the goal by Hansen. Franklin is on the board. First lead change of the game. Franklin with the lead at 2-1. McDevitt and Sacchetti at midfield with referee Brian Ferris working with Jane Vigent. Ferris backs away. And the ball is loose. Wow, on a dead run coming through to pick it up on a great move was Lovell, but she's fouled. She couldn't quite secure it, but the Panthers will have it as KP fouled Morgan Lovell. Great play by Lovell. Great hustle by Lovell. This is she with it now. To the bottom for Gabby Consigli. Under 7 to go in the first period. No penalties so far. Clean game. Here's Peterson. She's going to take it right behind the goal. Again, Caitlin Parrish in goal. Franklin cutting through. Erin Peterson holds on to it. Now she'll drop it over to Consigli. Gabby off the left shoulder with the ball. Faking 3, 4, 5 times. Now she'll drop it for Peterson back to Consigli. Here comes Gabby around the scoring area. And she'll drop it. Coming through is Sacchetti, and she's fouled, and she's going to get a free positional shot at the 8-meter mark. Another good look for Franklin. This is Sacchetti's first chance at it. Blogensteiner had one. Here's Sophia. She shoots. It's a goal. Sacchetti scored it. Sacchetti makes it 3-1 Panthers. On the free positional start for Franklin, score comes at 6:03. Sacchetti with her first goal, the third Panther to score. Hansen, Cross, and now Sacchetti. 3-1, so Franklin trailed it 1-0. Now they've responded with 3 goals. 3 in a row. Once again, McDevitt and Sacchetti. Sacchetti has had the better part of these faceoffs. 6:03 to go, almost exactly 1/2 through the first period. So glad you're with us, fans, on Franklin TV, and we're streaming on YouTube. Nice crowd in attendance here at Piscini for the last game of the regular season. Ball is loose and scooped up by KP. And going down hard, there was KP's Lauren O'Bara. Wow, did she take a hit. And she's going to be drawing a foul against Franklin. She's a bit shaken up, is O'Bara. Not sure if she's related to the former president or not. 5:35 to go here in the first quarter. Lauren Obama with the ball. And she starts it to the back line. Behind their own midfield stripe was Courtney Holland. Franklin on top with 3 quick goals. Good rush there on the right side by Katie McGann. Taken around the backside. KP, only 1 loss in the Hawk to Foxborough. Franklin had a near loss. They won by only 4 goals against Foxborough. KP holding. Looking to draw within 1. McDevitt gets it out top. Right side, nice catch there. Beautiful catch on that play by Abigail McDonald. Franklin digging in front of Maisie Streisman. KP. Little looping pass back to McDevitt. McDevitt can't attack. Nice pass in front. Nice pick up there. Back out to McDevitt. Back on the left wing it comes. McDonald. Can't shoot. Pass in front. Again, nowhere to go. Sound passing here, though, by the Warriors of King Philip Regional. Franklin with that good defense. That was Juliana Owen applying the pressure. A lot of time off the clock. No shot clock, at least this year. Assistant coach John Layton was telling me there may be one next year. And now whistle stops play, and it's going to be a free positional start for KP. And this is going to be taken by Abigail McDonald, the senior. McDonald from the 8-meter mark. Streisman in goal. McDonald shoots, and it's blocked by Streisman. Ball is loose in front. Franklin digging for it. KP has it. The shot is blocked. Picked up in there low. What a great pickup by Maeve Grasso. What a play by Grasso. And Franklin survives a couple of quick shots right in front of the goal by King Philip, and they still lead it to the Panthers 3-1. 2:44 to go in the first period. Great, great field hockey. This is Juliana Owen, and she draws a foul. She continues playing, however, for Peterson. Erin will drop it in the corner. Cross, back out to Consigli, to Vera Hansen, who had the first goal for Franklin today. Flynn. Hansen. 2:10 to go in the first period. Quick moving first period. Cross. Faking, coming around. Does not pass. Here comes around the screen there. What a shot! What a goal by Clara Blogesteiner. The goal of the game by Clara Blogesteiner. Tremendous goal. And she scores at 1:57. The fourth Panther to score. The freshman makes it 4-1. Franklin with 4 unanswered goals. After giving up the lone goal to Mackenzie McDevitt, they've scored 4 in a row. That was a beauty. She just came around and just looped it low past Parrish for the 4th goal of the game. Sicchetti and McDevitt at midfield for the face-off. The very important face-off. High in the air it goes. Sicchetti uses her height to tap it to Flynn. Here comes Julia. Julia has it knocked away from behind on a great defensive play there. That was a beauty made by Sierra King, one of their captains. You see why she's a captain. A smart play by her. Ball is on the turf, battling for it. Franklin's still digging. Everybody's still digging. And KP wins it, but a great play by Flynn to knock it away from a Warrior. And now it's finally picked up with some strength by Courtney Holland. This is Holland. She draws a foul. She'll play on. 1:14 to go. A steal by Franklin. A beautiful pick there by Julia Flynn. It's dropped back. 1 minute to go now. Right now in the first period, Lovell is fouled. She'll continue on. Lovell pass 3. Morgan Lovell. Oh, she passes it off. I thought she was going to take it right to the goal. Consigli with 50 seconds to go and a whistle and a violation here. It looks like an offside against the Panthers. And it'll be KP with the ball with 46 seconds to go in the period. It's 4-1 Franklin. Again, Franklin hasn't lost a Hockomock game like this in about 5 or 6 years. And Coach Matt Custodio was very aware that his team is aware of it too. But right now they've fallen behind after scoring the opening goal. 20 seconds to go. KP on the charge. McDevitt. She's going to come all the way down and she draws a foul. She'll play on. Time winding down in the period. And a save by Streisman with 4 seconds to go. And Streisman will just hold it and kill the clock. That's going to do it. There's the sound of the horn. And after 1 period of exciting girls lacrosse, it's Franklin 4 and King Philip Regional 1. Let's take a look at the relative schedules of these two teams. First for the visitors, KP. We mentioned their outstanding record of 15-2. They opened with a win at Mansfield. That was impressive, 12-6. And then at Milford. So they started with 2 road games and won them both. Second game at Milford, 15-3. Then a non-league game against Needham. They took care of Needham there, 14-8 at KP. But then they lost home to Foxborough, 9-8. That was back on April 7th. And then a whole bunch of wins in a row over King Philip, over Sharon, at Sharon, over Mansfield. Second time they played them, that will not count as a league game because you only play the league teams once. They'll be viewed as a non-league game. Attleboro, they defeated 12-5 at Attleboro. And they defeated Bishop Fee in 11-7 at KP. Defeated Grafton 17-10. Defeated Natick there 13-6. Defeated Oliver Ames 21-2. Taunton 20-0. Canton 16-3. Stoughton 21-1. Attleboro 15-5, North Attleboro 14-4. They lost to Walpole 20-7. Then they came back 2 days later and defeated Weymouth by the same score of 20-7. We'll run down the Franklin scores a little bit later in our telecast here today. But the important fact is that these teams are vying for the Hockomock Championship. Today it's the last regular season game, as KP will be at Medfield on the 27th of May, and that'll close out their season. And Franklin will be at Concord Carlisle on Thursday of this week to close out their season. So Franklin, just an unbelievable year as usual. They are 16-2 overall, 10-1 in the league. I'm sorry, 15-2 overall, 11-0 in the league. 14 in a row is the winning streak currently by Franklin after their last loss, and that was to their only loss, the second game of the season. And they've since run off 14 straight wins to go to 11-0 in the Hawk, 15-2 on the season, and KP 16-2 on the season, 10-1 in the Hawk. That's how close these two teams have been. But right now, Franklin has opened up a 4-1 lead as we get ready to start the second period. Sophia Sacchetti and the Panthers now will be going from right to left across your screens. Pete Royce with you. Meredith Robertson producing today's game for your viewing pleasure. It's McDevitt and Sacchetti. No, let's see if they've changed out, if Custodio has changed his face-off person. Sacchetti's still there for Coach Kristen Igo-Garino. The BC grad, Kristen, so proud of her team, Boston College, is still as McDevitt against Sacchetti. BC will be in the playoffs in the ACC. And the referee, Vigent, stands away, and this time it's controlled by McDevitt. McDevitt leads the fast break for the Warriors. She's going to pass it right in front. The shot is wide. Oh, a good look by KP. It just misfired, and they will have it back in the offensive zone behind the Franklin goal. Just underway in the second period. McDevitt, she has the lone Warrior goal. Pass in front. The shot, the save by Streisman. It went off her body, off her leg on the blast. Good working of the ball by Sierra King. But Franklin wins it. Streisman again has been excellent in goal for Franklin. And here come the Panthers with Vera Hansen starting it out. Hansen stops just shy of midfield. She recovers after it was dropped for a while to the turf, and she gets it up to Vera Hansen. Here's Vera. It's the senior goalkeeper, Parrish, for King Philip. Peterson. Down for Gabby Consigli. Hansen will loop it for Flynn. Quick pass down below. Looking for cutters, nobody available. Franklin will start it again. This is Blagestainer. What a goal she had in the first period. Cross. Sacchetti. A lot of touches here with this ball. Here comes Vera Hansen. Past one defender. All the way through. She shoots and she scores. What a powerful left-handed goal by Vera Hansen. Her second goal of the game. And Hansen makes it 5-1 Panthers. That goal comes exactly with 10 minutes to go here in the second period. So Hansen with one goal in the first period, one in the second, and it's now a 5-1 lead. Now, I was talking to Coach Kristen Igo-Garino before the game, and I was saying this should be a good game. She said, yes. She said she only wishes that more Hockomock teams were of the caliber of KP and Foxborough so they could build up strength for the Franklin team as they head to playoffs. It's been kind of a one-sided against some of the other opponents. You heard some of those scores by KP. Well, the Franklin scores are just as impressive. So she was hoping some of the other Hawk teams would pick up their programs and kind of be more formidable opponents. But even here, Franklin with the lead over a good opponent. It's 5-1. Ball is on the turf. A nice defensive play by King. She is a great player, but Franklin comes out with it. This is level. Morgan. Oh, it's dropped by Cross. Izzy will chase it down and pick it up. Cross down low. Franklin building now on a 5-1 lead, trying to build it up further. The last regular season home game. Here's Gabby for Vera Hansen. 2 goals to lead the Panther scoring. Vera, remember she was injured earlier in this year. What a bonus it is to have her back. Loop down in front. Shot there by Flynn. It's blocked. And a nice save by Parrish. Beautiful save by Caitlin Parrish. And here come the Warriors again. Beyond midfield come the green and gold. With it here is Abigail McDonald. McDonald's going to take it all the way to the back line and behind the goal. And she'll loop it over there with 8:47 to go in the second period. Mackenzie McDevitt with the ball. She is the lone goal for the Warriors. For King. Route on the right, it came there for Emily Heslin, another senior. 6 seniors on this team. Coach Custodio very happy with his senior leadership for KP. I liked his comment to me before the game. I point them in the right direction and they do the rest. Coming through all alone, the save by Streisman, and another shot is wide. A beautiful save by Streisman. The ball is out of bounds and it's going to go to Franklin. Maisie Streisman comes up huge for Franklin. And it stays at 5-1 with 8 minutes to go here in the second quarter. 2 good looks by KP. But Streisman does the job, and here comes Franklin. Oh, they dropped the ball. Inadvertent error there. It's going to roll to the midfield line and picked up there by Sammy Cloutier. KP back, trailing it now 5-1. McDevitt. McDonald for Sierra King. Now back out for Emily Heslin. And she'll go to the back line. 7:20 to go in the second period. KP trying to attack. Whistle stops play for a moment. I think somebody's goggles fell off. They had to stop play to reset. No, they're going to call a foul. This is going to be from the 12-foot arc for KP. And they're going to charge and shoot, and a goal. A goal there by KP from the 12-foot arc. You don't see a player come in that strong and make the play, but it's a goal for the Warriors. And that goal was scored by Riley Waldner. Riley Waldner breaks a long drought here. It's 5-2, and Riley Waldner scores at 6:54. So their last goal came at 10:06 in the first period. And now they go over a period plus almost 4 more minutes before Waldner gets on the board with the second Warrior goal. It's 5-2. 6:54 left in the first half. McDevitt and Sacchetti on the draws. In the air, and Flynn is going to chase it down, and she's fouled, and she'll get the chance to pick it up. If she had it, she would have continued, but she needed to pick it up, so they stopped play for a moment. Sacchetti. Izzy Cross. It's 5-2 now. Back line for Consigli. Gabby around by herself. She shoots and she scores. Gabby Consigli goes low. 6-2. Gabby Consigli. The 5th Panther to score. And she scores at 6:27. 27 seconds after the goal by Waldner, Consigli comes back to forge another 5-goal lead for the Panthers. It should be, 4-goal lead, 6-2. 6-2, Franklin on top with 6:27 to go. It was 5-2 after the Waldner goal, so it's 6-2 now, Franklin. Franklin with 2 goals this period to 1 for KP. In the first period, Franklin with 4 goals to 1 for KP. The draw is won by Sacchetti over to Flynn. She can't handle it. Now she scoops it. Julia Flynn. Good work with the stick for Sacchetti. Sophia. Those long strides. She'll wait for teammates to come downfield. Flynn, who got that draw from Sacchetti, over to Callie Joyce now, who's in the game for Coach Kristen Igo-Garino. Kristen was telling me she's never lost a Hockomock game while the head coach here at Franklin. Here's Sophia Sacchetti. She's got in front. She shoots. It's blocked. That was blocked by a defender. Not by the goalkeeper. Blocked beautifully. And now charging out with it is Katie McGann. McGann falls down. It's going to go out of bounds. It was a foul called on Franklin. So McGann will start it back. A long pass. One hopper across the field and gathered in there by her teammate, and that would be Courtney Holland. 6-2, 5:17 to go. A whistle here. And let's see the call. Is it a timeout? It's a timeout called by Coach Matt Custodio of King Philip. Well, we gave you the schedule for the Warriors. Let's take a look at the Franklin schedule. They opened here at Leominster back on March 27th. They defeated the Leominster team 15-6. Then they lost their only game of the season. That was on April 1st, and that was no joke, 12-6 to Westwood. And then Franklin ran 14 in a row to get to this point here today. Wins over Oliver Ames at OA, 18-3. Home to Milford, 17-2. At Taunton, 18-1. Home to Foxborough, 12-8. At Canton, 16-0. At Weymouth, 18-10. Home to Sharon, 20-1. Home to Stoughton, 21-3. Home to Mansfield, 17-7. Home to North Attleboro, 17-2. At Longmeadow, 12-8. Home to Attleboro, 17-5. Home to Feehan, 15-6. Home to at Natick, 14-2. And so there's 14 wins in a row for Franklin. They are overall 15-2. No, that's not right. It's 15-1. 15-1 for Franklin, and they're 11-0 in the Hawk. 15-1, the only loss to Westwood in game number 2. Everything else a win for the Franklin High Panthers. One more game in the regular season. That's on Thursday at 4:30 at Concord Carlisle. Concord Carlisle is one of the top 3 or 4 teams in the state. So that'll be a real challenge for the Panthers as they get ready for post-game play. Now, they'll have a couple of days to get ready for that game. They'll have Tuesday and Wednesday to get ready after today. And then they'll travel to Concord Carlisle to take on that team for a big, big matchup, priming them, both teams, for a long, hopefully on both sides, playoff run. 5:16 to go here in the second period. Franklin leads it 6-2. Goals by Franklin, Hansen in this order: Hansen, Cross, Sacchetti, Blogestainer, Hansen, and Consigli. So Hansen with the 2 goals, everybody else with 1 for the Franklin High Panthers. Goals by McDevitt and Waldner for KP. And the Warriors have it now. Clock moving, 5:09 to go, second period. KP, the green and gold. What a game Streisman has had so far for the Panthers. In goal, this is McDevitt. Cannot shoot. Will back it out. In front. A backhander in the goal. A beautiful goal there. A tremendous goal on the backhander by Katie McGann. And it's 6-3. Katie McGann. That didn't take long after the timeout. Good working of the ball. That's just about at 4:45. So it's 6-3. This period is tied, 2 goals apiece. So Franklin retains its first period edge of 3 goals. It was 4-1 then. It's now 6-3. And Sacchetti and McDevitt. A tremendous backhanded goal by Katie McGann. Brian Ferris has it in the respective nets of the two players, McDevitt and Sophia Sacchetti. Sacchetti and McDevitt, both seniors. Ball is caught by Flynn. She's fouled. They'll keep going. This is Sacchetti for Izzy Cross. Erin Peterson to the back line. Franklin trying to recoup that 4-goal lead again. It's been one tie and one lead change so far. Vera Hansen, sun peeking its way through the clouds. Hansen drops it for Flynn. She gets through and she's fouled, and she's going to have a free positional shot from the 8-meter mark off the right side. We'll see what she does with it. Julia Flynn, a talented player. Flynn, a senior midfielder, waits the whistle from Brian Ferris. She gets it. She charges, she shoots, and she scores. Julia Flynn gets one through on the free positional shot, and it's 7-3 Franklin. The sixth Panther to score, led by 2 goals by Hansen. This goal comes at 3:54. Less than a minute after the McCann goal. It's back to a 4-goal lead at 7-3. Sun pretty bright now here at Piscini Stadium. Again, fans, if you haven't seen the new stands on the far side, it's beautiful. Handicap accessible, that big structure that was over there, which was not used very much, not really looking too good. It's a beautiful look to the clean, crisp side of the visitors now. Something for them to enjoy, to come to Piscini Stadium for all kinds of athletic competition. 3:54 to go. Franklin 7, KP 3 in the first half. McDevitt against Sacchetti for the draw. Referee Jane Vigent gets out of the way. Ball is in the air and controlled by McDevitt. She wins the face-off to herself. Here comes McKenzie. McDevitt switches shoulders, left, right, back to the right. McDevitt comes through. She shoots. It's wide. And KP is there to haul it in with 3:37 to go in the period. McDonald, she's got a goal. Over to Sammy Cloutier. Now for Sierra King, one of their captains. King in front, the shot there in the goal. Beautiful passing. Cloutier scores it. Sammy Cloutier makes it 7-4. Sammy Cloutier becomes the 4th Warrior to score. And Franklin cannot get past the 4-goal lead. Cloutier scores it at 3:20 of the second period, and it's 7-4. Well, Coach Igo Garino said she expects a tough game, and she's had a good one here in front of her. 7-4. Sun now pouring through. It's just pretty much deep blue sky at the moment. Here's McDevitt and Cloutier. McDevitt has won a couple lately of these draws. Now it's in the air. Sacchetti taps it, but it's picked up. Now a foul on Franklin, and the ball will go to Abigail McDonald. And here come the Warriors trying to close closer. To the top, Cloutier. She'll leave it for McDevitt. Now to Sierra King. This is she with it. Back for Mackenzie McDevitt. McDevitt bottled up, puts the ball on the turf, and Franklin steals it. Here comes Sophia Sacchetti. She's fouled. She'll continue on. Sacchetti, cross midfield with those long strides. Sophia. And she'll slow things down and wait for the Panthers to gather in for their structured offensive plays. With 2:32 to go here in the first half. Franklin 7, King Philip 4. 2 goals apiece in this period after a 4-1 advantage for Franklin in period number 1. Back and forth we've gone in this period, but Franklin with the lead. This is Blogensteiner. What a goal. She had a beauty in the first period. Clara fakes through. Oh, she has her stick knocked off, but no foul, and Franklin struggles for the ball, and they win it back. Blogensteiner with a great move, and now a whistle and a foul called, or is it a timeout? It's a timeout called by Coach Kristen Igo Garino. Well, fans, we'll have a look at some of the latest MIA rankings. Now, new rankings will be out tomorrow, but as of last Friday, here's the way things looked in the Hockomock League for the major sports. In baseball, the Franklin Panthers ranked number 24. In first place is Taunton High School at number 1. In softball, Franklin number 13, and Taunton also in softball is number 1. Boys lacrosse, Franklin number 17, first place Lincoln Sudbury High School. And this team you're watching here today, the girls lacrosse team for Franklin, is number 15 in the state. And who's number 1? North Andover High School. In boys tennis, Franklin is number 31. The first place team in boys tennis is Acton Boxborough High School. And Coach Bob Pinchton's girls tennis team has a good ranking, number 13 in the state. And the number 1 team in the state in Division I is Boston Latin High School. They are number 1. So those are your rankings. Baseball 24, softball 13, boys lacrosse 17, girls lacrosse 15, boys tennis 31, girls tennis 13. As we get ready for the final couple of polls, there'll be a poll out tomorrow, and then I believe the final poll will be Friday, and then we'll get ready for pairings. And speaking of pairings and speaking of the tournament, stay tuned for your local, check your local listings for, we will have a whole bunch of playoff bracket analysis shows coming up. We'll be covering all of the sports in the MIAA, all of the divisions. We team up with Mass Live and Meredith Perry, the fine producer out there in Springfield. We will team up to cover all of the brackets. We'll give you the top matchups across the state. We'll interview some players, and it should be a good time as we'll get ready for the spring 2025 playoff season run by the MIAA. So that is something to look forward to. Jay Horrigan and I should have some of the hosting duties along with Meredith Perry, Gage Nutter for Mass Live. We've enjoyed those shows immensely. We had good reaction to the shows and good audiences, too, for those shows. Here we have a 7-4 game with 1:57 to go. It will be Franklin with the ball. Final 2 minutes of the quarter. This is Izzy Cross. Izzy around the screen, can't shoot. Bloggensteiner has it knocked away, a foul, and Bloggensteiner is going to have a free positional attempt right in front of the goalkeeper, right at the 8-meter mark, directly in front of Parrish. Here comes Clara. Off the right shoulder, the shot here, and the goal by Bloggensteiner, her second goal of the game. Bloggensteiner makes it 8-4. Again, that 4-goal lead for Franklin. Clara Blongasteiner. And she scores at 1:26. So Franklin has had the 4-goal leads at this scoring situation, 5-1, 6-2, 7-3, and 8-4. They've never had a 5-goal lead in the game. And after trailing 1-0, Franklin has really showed their skill set and opening up now a total of 8 goals on the day. 4 for KP. Here's Sacchetti and McDevitt on the draw at midfield. Wind blowing, as you can see. Ball locked into the respective nets of the two players. Up it goes, a high one, and Morgan Lovell soars for the ball. Back for Julia Flynn. To the top for Sacchetti. She drops it, and it's now loose on the turf. Picked up by Sophia. And she's fouled. She'll continue on. Sacchetti. 1:06 to go in the period. Franklin, can they get that 5-goal lead? Peterson on top for Flynn. Under a minute left. First period. First half, I should say. Hanson. She got 2 goals here today. She's fouled. She'll continue on. Vera, the senior, has it knocked away. She's fouled. Picks it up, continues on. They go to the back line for Izzy Cross. What can Cross do here in the final few seconds? Over to Gabby Consigli. 26 seconds to go here in the half. Consigli off the left shoulder. comes through, looking to pass. Now gets the pass. It's too high, and that's going to go to the back line and a turnover against the Panthers with 12 seconds to go. We'll see what KP can do. 8 seconds to go. They're having trouble retrieving the ball, and Parrish goes behind the goal. She's just going to hold it, and she's just going to kill the clock. And there's the horn ending the first period. So Franklin is unable to get a 5-goal lead, but they enjoy an 8-4 lead here at halftime. We're going to pause here for about 5 minutes and come back for the exciting second half. You're watching Franklin High Girls Lacrosse on Franklin TV. Your score at halftime is Franklin 8, King Philip Regional 4. We'll be back to Bassini Stadium in just about 4.5 minutes. Welcome back to Piscini Stadium. We're at halftime. Franklin in the Hockomock rival game against King Philip, and the Panthers lead it at halftime by the score of 8-4. Pete Royce here with the call. Meredith Robertson alongside. 24 minutes left here in the regular season. So here we go with McDevitt and Sacchetti at the center draw. Franklin going from left to right. King Philip going from right to left. Third quarter about to start. Jane Vigent, the official, with Brian Ferris working the game. Settling the ball down in the respective nets. Backs away. Blows the whistle. We're underway. High ball off the face-off, and Franklin wins it. This is Julia Flynn. She's done that before, getting draws from her teammate, Sophia Sacchetti, to Blagasteiner. Two beautiful goals by the freshman Clara. For Flynn, Hansen. Good crowd on hand at Piscini Stadium. Hansen, skip pass down low. This is Izzy Cross. Comes out herself, does not shoot. A good look here for Flynn, and she draws a foul. She's going to have a free positional start from the 8-meter mark. Flynn right in front of goalkeeper Kristen Parrish. Flynn already with one goal. Can she make it two? Waiting for the whistle. Gets it. She's going to shoot, and it's high, and Franklin is there to the back line. Izzy Cross will have it. And the Panthers will retain possession. They get it back out in front. Quickly, another foul. There should be another free positional for, again, Izzy Cross. This time not in the center, but off the left side of the 8-meter mark. This is Cross, has it lined up. Digging in is Caitlin Parrish. Brian Ferris moves a player or two back. Now the whistle coming here for Cross. She's going to charge. She comes through. Her shot is blocked, and she's fouled in front. Now let's see. This is a foul in close to the crease. What are they going to call here? It's going to be another free positional. Third in a row for Izzy Cross. Can she make this one count? Back towards the top. Cross gets through. She's going to shoot. It's wide. It's to the back line, and Franklin is not there. It's KP who wins it. How about 3 blocks on Cross? And it stays an 8-4 game as KP starts out. Now in the bright sunshine of Piscini Stadium. Ball is dropped, the foul on Franklin. KP continues on with it. Nice pass up for King. Sierra King with it. She's fouled. She'll play on. Now whistle stops play again. They're going to back it out. And a free positional for KP. They flip the field real quick. This is Cloutier on the free positional from the right arc. Let's check it. It may not be Cloutier. The shot there is wide. That was taken by Abigail McDonald. And Franklin withstands the pressure, and they come out with it. 9:04 to go in the period. A foul in the back line. The foul on Emily Heslin. Franklin will start up with some space coming up. Callie Joyce. Great pursuit by Joyce all the way upfield. And she'll leave it for Gabby Consigli. And she'll take it behind the goal. 8:40 to go in the third period. Franklin on top, 8-4. No goals this period. Blagasteiner for Hansen. Vera eyeing the net, charges through, now looking to pass. Drops it back out for Sophia Sacchetti. For Blagasteiner, the talented freshman. Clara fakes, takes a couple of hits, and she's fouled. This should be a free positional shot for Clara Blogensteiner. Already Clara with 2 goals in the game. Can Franklin get their first goal of the third period? It's up to Blogensteiner. She shoots, and does he get it in there? Yes, she does. It bobbled around at the floor level, and it finally was viewed as a goal, and Franklin leads it 9-4. Their first 5-goal lead of the game. Clara Blogensteiner has the hat trick. 3 goals for Clara, and Franklin leads it 9-4. The goal comes at 7:46 of the third period. 3 goals now for Blogensteiner. 2 in the first half, 1 here in half number 3. 9-4. Franklin on top. The battle for the Hockomock on the line here today. Franklin at 11-0. KP at 10-1. McDevitt for KP and Sacchetti. High arcing ball off the faceoff. Picked up in there by KP's Abigail McDonald. Nice pass up in front, way in front, and is blocked on a beautiful defensive play by Franklin's Emma Bissinger. Bissinger inserted into the game, and she made a great defensive play for the Panthers. Emma Bissinger. Bissinger, only a freshman. 7:15 to go in the third period. Franklin now enjoying a 9-4 lead. This is Sacchetti. She'll drop it in the middle of the field for Flynn. Julia back to Sophia Sacchetti. To Flynn. Franklin will take its time here, setting up a play. Blogensteiner. Callie Joyce, we saw her, great speed. Consigli. Cross. Everybody with a touch. We go around the rim with it. Back to Vera Hansen. Now we reverse it to Sacchetti. A looping pass to Hansen. Vera charging through. Puts it in another gear. Vera around in front for the shot there. And the block on the shot by Flynn. Goes all the way to the back line. And Izzy Cross will chase it down for Franklin with 6:16 to go. Clock moving now in the third. They'll reset for the out-of-bounds play. And Izzy Cross gets it into Sacchetti. She drops it. Vera Hansen. 14 wins in a row for the Franklin High Panthers. Only 1 loss on the season. Game number 2 to Westwood. Cross. Makes her move, has it knocked away. A foul is going to be called. The foul is on Ashley Whitbread. Let's see where they position this ball on the arc for Izzy Cross. She had 3 attempts earlier. 5:26 to go in the third. Izzy Cross will relace a shoe. And now gets ready to take it. Here she comes. Cross charges, she shoots. And she scores. Izzy Cross gets her second goal of the game. And Franklin leads it 10-4. Well, she had 3 earlier attempts on free positional shots, and this time she buried it, a low one at 5:10. And Franklin has the 2 goals of this period. They led at halftime 8-4, and they lead now more than midway through, 5:10 to go, 10-4. Boy, it started off different. It started off with KP getting the first goal of the game at 10:06 with Mackenzie McDevitt. And they had 3 other goals in the second period. But Franklin, along the way, has added 10. 10-4 Franklin. Sacchetti and McDevitt on the faceoff. Referee there is Brian Ferris, working with Jane Vigent. Ball is in the air. Controlled by, let's see who can get to it. Sierra King gets it, and she drops it, picks it back up. King, one of their captains, has it knocked away. A foul on Franklin. King will still have it. Under 5 to go here in the third period. Remember, Franklin with 1 more regular season game on Thursday at Concord Carlisle High School. With it here is Lauren O'Bara. Down in front, charging through. Now they hold it up for Sierra King. Loops it back out. For the Warriors, it's Emily Heslin. For King, back to Cloutier. She's got a goal here today. KP on the attack. Nice look in front, down low, and the shot and the score. That's the second goal for Riley Waldner. She makes it 10-5. A beautiful goal by Riley Waldner, her second to lead KP. So Waldner had a goal in the second period, now has two, and her goal comes with 4:06 here in the third period. It's now 10-5. Franklin on top. Waldner with 2 goals. McGann with 1, Cloutier with 1, and McDevitt had the first goal of the game. And Franklin now leads it by 5 again, 10-5. That was a good play by Riley Waldner. She just hung out back there and went low and got it past Maisie Streisman. 4:06 left here in the third period. So glad you're with us, fans, on Franklin TV, and we're streaming on YouTube. Coach Custodio told me that his parents will be tuned into our game, so we appreciate them viewing in. Mr. and Mrs. Custodio, 4:06 to go. Ball is a whistle and a foul called here at the face-off. Let's see who they call it on. We're going to do it again. So I guess that was not a clean start, and Jane Vigent, the referee, will tee it up again. 2 seconds came off the clock. That one is drawn in to Sierra King in heavy traffic. Ball's batted around, a foul on Franklin. And it'll be going back to Sierra King. A shot there is wide. I believe that again was Waldner. Player goes down. Ball is loose and now a whistle. They're going to check on the player. She's all right. She took a tumble. Did Emily Heslin. Franklin will have the ball deep in their own end. 3:30 left, third period. 10-5 Panthers. Sicchetti from her own back line. She'll leave it over for Juliana Owen. This is Callie Joyce with that great speed. Joyce draws a foul. She'll continue on. Joyce comes all the way through. Joyce, she shoots. And let's see what they're going to call here. A foul in a free positional shot for Callie Joyce. Joyce made a great play. She's a sophomore, is Joyce. This is she with it. She's going to loop it in front. Ball is mishandled by Sicchetti. Digging for it is Franklin, and winning it is Julia Flynn. She's just so good at that. For Blagesteiner. For Vera Hansen. 2:30 to go. Third period. Franklin 10, KP 5. Callie Joyce. Oh, she's a pleasure to watch with that speed in the open field. Around it comes again for Gabby Consigli. Gabby makes her move. End line extended. A whistle here and a foul called. And let's see, this is going to be a free positional, but way out beyond the 12-meter mark. For Gabby Consigli. She won't attack. She'll just get the passing game going. For Izzy Cross to Hansen with 1:45 to go in the period. Consigli. This is Julia Flynn. Blagesteiner with the hat trick and the ball right now. Clara charges through. She's in. She shoots the save by Parrish. A beauty by Caitlin Parrish with 1:24 to go. That's the save of the game for Caitlin Parrish. Here comes KP down by 5. They trail by 4 at the halftime break. Taking a bump there was Lauren Obara, and she goes down, and KP will have the ball with 1:06 to go. to midfield. Comes back to Obama. Passes it over to King. Sierra. Pass connects on the right side. A whistle here and the foul. Play on for KP. To the top. Left wing for Cloutier. This is Sierra King. Backpedaling her way in. Takes a couple of bumps. Still holding the ball. Loops one in front for Waldner. She's been a good scoring threat for them. A foul called against KP, and Franklin will have it with 27 seconds to go in the period. Franklin has had 2 goals to 1 this period. Starting deep, ball is mishandled. Picked up now by the Panthers. This is Callie Joyce. Picked up in her own back line. Callie. Clock winding down. 2 seconds to go, and Joyce will just run the clock out. Callie Joyce runs the clock out, ending the 3rd period of play. And after 3 quarters here from Piscini Stadium, the score is Franklin 10 and KP 5. Score by periods, 4-1 in the first Franklin. Then he led at halftime 8-4, outscoring KP 3-1. In this period, it ends with them getting 2 goals to 1, so it's a 10-5 lead. So Franklin has outscored them 4-1 and 4-3 and 2-1. So it's a 5-goal lead, 10-5 after 3 periods of play. We gave you the rankings and the power rankings for all of the sports, and just to cover that one more time for you, baseball is ranked number 24. Taunton High is number 1. Softball number 13. Taunton High is number 1. How about Taunton being number 1 in softball and baseball? Boys lacrosse, Franklin 17, Lincoln Sudbury number 1. Girls lacrosse, Franklin 15, North Andover number 1. Boys tennis, Franklin 31, Acton Boxborough High School number 1. And girls tennis, Franklin number 13, and Boston Latin is number 1. So we look to close out the homestand, the home season here today, as Franklin will be on the road on Thursday at Concord Carlisle High School for a 4:30 face-off. And KP will be at Medfield for their final regular season game, but that game is not till May 27th, and they'll be at Medfield under the lights under the dusk, I guess, at 6 o'clock. The time the game ends, I'm sure the lights will be on at Medfield High School. So we're glad you're with us. Stay tuned again for our bracket analysis shows coming up as soon as the MIAA gives their final seeding and who'll be matched up with whom. Remember, for the last couple of years, it's been one big pot of teams. No more regional playoffs. It's all one big grouping in one big bracket. Each bracket with its own sport, of course. Each sport has many divisions, and Franklin, of course, playing in Division I, one of the largest schools in the state. Taunton, I believe, might be the very largest school in the state of Massachusetts. So we're glad you're alongside. It's been an interesting game. KP hanging around a bit, 10-5, 12 minutes to go. Sun back out a bit. About 59 degrees here at game time, and windy, very windy at Piscini Stadium. Sophia Sicchetti and Mackenzie McDevitt on the draw. The referee there is Jane Vigent. Brian Ferris, the other official. The ball is in the air. Sicchetti reaches for it. It's on the turf. Flynn digging. And now it's going to be handled by KP, looking to close the deficit. This is McDevitt. She got the first goal of the game, but hasn't scored since. Her teammates, though, have added 4. This is Cloutier. She's got 1. On the right side, it goes to Emily Heslin. Back to Heslin. Just underway in the 4th period. For Franklin, Abigail McDonald. For Sierra King, the captain, one of their captains. Ball is picked up by Streisman. She was very alert to pick up that rolling ball. She loops one. It's too high, and it's going to be a turnover. Taken back there, a potential costly error by Franklin, unable to clear the ball out. Comes out top for Abigail McDonald. Now Cloutier. She's got a goal. Cloutier, unable to shoot here. With the ball was Emily Heslin. McDonald holding, looking for a pass, gets it to King. Sierra cannot shoot. Goes to the corner, back to McDonald. 1.5 minutes gone here in the fourth period. Franklin 10, King Philip Regional 5. Their old rivals from the Hawk going down hard. There was Emily Heslin, and she'll have a free positional shot outside the 12-meter mark. See if she can take it. It's quite a distance to cover. Off the left shoulder is Emily Heslin, the senior, 1 of 6. No, she will not go. She'll pass it. Now the pass in front to Cloutier, further in front, and Streisman makes the save for Franklin on the shot by Riley Waldner, I believe. Sun ducking away in the moment. Franklin starts it up. This is Izzy Cross. Cross ducks her head down, avoids contact. Loops it for Erin Peterson. She'll take it behind the goal. Off the side. Goal crease extended. Now to Gabby Consigli. Farrah Hansen. Flynn from Blogesteiner. Peterson. Franklin has not had a 6-goal lead in this game, I don't believe. Yes, they did, 10-4. They did have one at 10-4. Just before the third quarter came to a close. Here's Cross. Loops one. Whistle and a foul. And Izzy Cross is going to have her, I believe, her 5th free positional attempt from the 8-meter mark. Now she's backed out to the 12-meter mark. So Cross at the 12-meter, pushed back a little bit by referee Brian Ferris. Here comes Cross. What will she do? She's not going to attack. She's going to pass it in the corner for Blogensteiner with 3 goals today, the freshman. This is Sicchetti, a rare trip behind the goal. She comes around, holding, gets the pass out. It's dropped and picked up by Consigli. The sure-handed Julia Flynn with the ball. Looping pass behind for Peterson. Franklin eating some clock here with the big lead at 10-5. Almost 10 minutes to go in the game. Sicchetti for Hansen. Nice stretch for Erin Peterson. And Peterson takes it up. Out for Sicchetti. Cannot shoot. She does get the shot off. It's wide. And let's see who they're going to call. They're going to call Franklin first to the ball. I believe Izzy Cross was back there. She is. I'm sorry, I said 10 minutes. That was 9 minutes. We're down to 7:36 to go in the game. Coming through is Cross. She shoots and she scores. Izzy Cross gets her 3rd goal of the game. And it makes it 11-5. Izzy Cross scores her hat-trick goal at 7:25 here in the 4th period. Well, the pressure is on Franklin every time they play a Hockomock game because they haven't lost one in about 5 or 6 years. And Coach Custodia was telling me, we're aware of that, and we're trying to be the team that can etch a long-standing memory. If they can pull off the upset, it doesn't look good for the Warriors here today so far. Down by 6 now. Second 6-goal lead for the Panthers, led at 10-4, now 11-5, but now 7:25 to go in the game. Well-played game. No penalties on this game. There have been some fouls, but no penalties. Both teams at even strength the whole way. Sicchetti gets it over to Flynn. That's been a familiar tune, and Julia will take the ball on the free play. Charts it up to Sicchetti. Zofia. She draws coverage and backs it out. Goes to the left side for Peterson. Erin. Now to Izzy Cross. Cross has 3 goals today to join Blogesteiner with the double hat trick for the Panthers. Those 6 of their 10. Hansen in front. Blogesteiner, she shoots. It's wide, and Blogesteiner takes a hard fall. Ball was saved by Parrish, and here come the Warriors, down 11-5 with 6:40 to go in the game. In some open space comes the King Philip Warriors. With it is Rose Campbell. In front, the shot there is the save by Streisman on the blast by McDonald. Streisman's come up big here today for Owen. Now Franklin gets some space with 6:15 to go. Callie Joyce, she's fouled. It doesn't matter. She just races upfield. Callie Joyce, the sophomore. Out for Clara Blogesteiner. 3 goals. I'm sorry, this is Gabby Consigli for Izzy Cross. Franklin holding at the moment. Their offensive zone. Time in favor of the Panthers. Clock running out on the King Philip Warriors. Their Hockomock foe. Here's Blogesteiner. What a future for the freshman, Clara Blogesteiner. Sun coming back out here at Piscini. Cross spins through. Can't get the shot off, however. Good D by King Philip. Consigli for Aaron Peterson. For Blogesteiner. Clara faking, coming through, charging. He's going to get the left-handed shot off. And she scores her 4th goal of the game. Clara Blogesteiner makes it 12-5. The first 7-goal lead for the Panthers. So Clara scores it. And that goal comes at 5:17. 12-5. So here in this period, 2 goals only, but both by the Panthers. And in the second half, only 1 goal the entire half. It was 8-4 at halftime. It's now 12-5. So only 1 goal in the second half, whereas Franklin has pumped home 4 here in the second half. Bit cloudy at the moment. 5:17 left in this one. So glad you're with us, fans. We're enjoying covering this game. We love this Franklin girls lacrosse team. The draw won by Franklin, and that was Morgan Lovell. Takes several hits, and Franklin will have the free start with 5 minutes straight up right now left in the game. In the game now for Franklin, we'll check on her. A new player in there for Franklin. It's Maeve Grasso. A whistle, play on. Franklin charging through with the big lead now at 12-5. Remember, Franklin trailed 1-0. Here's Flynn for Clara Blogesteiner. Flynn. Hansen. Wind blowing at Piscini Stadium. Blustery day. Coach Igo Garino said, perfect day for lacrosse. We like to play in this kind of weather. Flynn charging through. Takes a couple of bumps, gets the ball over to Clara Blogesteiner, her shot, and a goal by Blogesteiner again. Blogesteiner with her 5th goal of the game. It's 13-5, and Clara scores this time at 4:08, 1:09 after the last goal. And a whistle and a timeout called, I believe, by Coach Matt Custodio of the Warriors. Matt, a teacher at Natick High School. He's also a graduate of Natick. And he played club lacrosse at Penn State University. We were talking about that before the game. Of course, one of the famous Franklin grads at Penn State was their great player, Matt Lazaro. He played 3 years at Penn State, and Lazaro next fall will be transferring to Providence College. How about that? Chance to see Lazaro just down the road in Rhode Island. Here we have 4:08 to go in girls lacrosse. The last home regular season game, Franklin leads it 13-5 with 5 goals in the game by the freshman Clara Blogesteiner. We'll spell that last name for you, Blongassteiner. Tainer, Blongastainer. She's a senior. She is a freshman. Her sister is a senior, Hannah. And Hannah wears number 14, and Clara wears number 24. Other freshmen on the team for Franklin is Ruby Risden. We haven't seen her today. Emma Bissinger, Cody Lai, and Claire Michelle. We haven't seen her. Kylie Silvestri. So a lot of freshmen on this team. And that bodes well for Franklin. Talking to Coach Custodio about his development program, he said, we've had a great 7th and 8th grade class, and they've finished, I believe, number 1 in the state in 7th and 8th grade lacrosse. He feels he has a good pipeline coming through the ranks of KP. So we have 4:08 to go in this one. Franklin leads at 13-5. 3 goals in this period, 1 by Cross to give her 3 on the game, and 2 by Blogestainer to give her 5 on the game. Sun back out here at Piscini. The final regular season home game. Then we move on. The next time we'll play here for girls lacrosse, it should be a playoff game. 4:08 to go. McDevitt and the draw with Sacchetti. The referee, Vigent, gets out of the way. Ball is down. Flynn digging for it. Still digging. And a foul call. There's going to be a foul called against Franklin, and the Warriors will have it. We go under 4 minutes to go in the game. McDonald, she'll loop one for Waldner. Waldner with 2 goals. Waldner, the only player with 2 for King Philip Regional. And with it now is going to be Heslin, Emily. She'll backpedal it out. 3.5 to go in this one. Heslin takes a bump. Let's see if they're going to give her a free positional shot at the 12-meter arc. They will. Right at the top of the key there for Heslin. She can't shoot. Gets it over to Cloutier. No, I'm sorry. This is a new player in the game with some speed. The shot there is wide. That was by Abigail McDonald. She's been around here today. Didn't pick up her number right away. Right now, there is 3 minutes to go in the game. KP now playing for pride. Ball is loose. Great hustle by Flynn, but it's picked up by Maeve Grasso instead. Maeve, the senior, gets it upfield. Now Franklin will slow things down. They'll slow it down. For Izzy Cross, she'll take it behind the goal. Again, Caitlin Parrish in goal for the King Philip Warriors. Sacchetti, Sophia. Sophia today with 1 goal. Sophia starts to move, spins through beautifully. Ball is knocked loose. No foul on the. Now there's a foul. See who they're going to give. They're going to give it to KP with 2:06 to go in the game. Here come the Warriors. A good start for them. They led 1-0, but Franklin has taken control here big time. Slowing it up in the offensive end was Ashley Whitbread. Down to the back line. Back for Whitbread. She picks it up on a nice hop and a nice pass there. Beautiful pass. It comes to Heslin. Emily angles to the top. Now she'll backpedal it out with 1:37 to go in the game. Heslin, 90 seconds left. Franklin 13, KP 5. This is Sierra King, left side. It's going to McDonald, 1:15 to go. Good defense by the Panthers. Whistle stops play. Clock continues to run for McDevitt. She had the first goal of the game. Can she get another one here from the 12-meter mark? 1 minute to go. She won't try it. Pass in front. The scoop, the save by Streisman. Nice passing. Whistle stops play. It'll be KP with the ball. They'll get a free positional from the 12-meter mark. This is Cloutier, Sammy Cloutier. Ball is loose, picked up by King. In front, the shot in the goal, a beautiful goal by McDevitt. And how about that? Possible bookend goals by Mackenzie McDevitt. She got the first goal of the game, and she may get the last one because there's only 43.8 seconds to go. McDevitt makes it 13-6. Score comes at 43.8. So McDevitt now with 2 and Waldner with 2. Began and Cloutier 1 each for their total of 6. That's their first goal here of the fourth period. They had 1 in the third and 1 in the fourth, 3 in the second, and 1 in the first. Franklin 13, King Philip 6. 43.8 seconds to go. Here we go with the draw. Ball is loose and Franklin has it. They can run out some clock, and taking a hard hit there was a Panther, and that was Julia Flynn. And whistle stops play. It's going to be a foul, a 2-minute foul called against KP's Sierra King. So their captain will go out for 2 minutes, and her day is over. Less than a minute to go in the game. First penalty of the game, it's on King for 2 minutes. Flynn bore the brunt of that hit, but she's okay. This is Sacchetti. Franklin can just kill the clock here. Hansen for Flynn. She's up and after the hit, up and playing right away. Pass in front, saved by Parrish with 10 seconds to go. Out comes Heslin. 3 seconds to go. Heslin's going to shoot. It's blocked, and that's going to do it. Franklin's going to win it by the score of 13-6. They get goals, 2 by Hansen, 3 by Cross, 1 by Sacchetti, 5 by Blagesteiner, 1 by Consigli, and 1 by Flynn. They lead it after periods 4-1, 8-4, 10-5, and the final 13-6. For Franklin on the season, they're now 16-1, and they're 12-0 in the Hawk. For KP, they're 16-3, 10-2 with the Hawk. I'd like to thank you for tuning into our game today. We hope you enjoyed it. It's been a good one. I'd like to thank our producer, our director, our camera operator tonight. Today, it's Meredith Robertson among the first to arrive and the last to leave. We're going to say goodbye from Piscini Stadium, where a good crowd was on hand as they saw Franklin win it. The final score for the final time, Franklin 13, King Philip Regional 6. Till next time, so long, neighbors.